Welcome to the DCUO SourceCast now, because you can hear me. Yay! Yay for hearing Trex. So, I do apologize about that. That was, for some reason my microphone wasn't set up properly in XSplit. But, of course, I'm Trex, and the person you heard...
Super Toes in the chat. Now batting, second base, Super Finger.
Now batting. Okay, so sorry about that. Apparently, XSplit decided to have you hear Super Patriot apparently 3 times. I didn't know 3 times was possible because there's only 2 inputs. But whatever. If you're not catching us live, we just watched the Yins and Meps on do like an after show FNL.
They did an after show to horn in on the SourceCast time slot show.
No. They have FNL. hold on, we're going to get this. They have FNL, yes. And then they have the FNL after show, which is what we just saw. And then we're the after party, as Weapon Mex puts it. Yes. We are the after party. And I am okay with that. I am okay with it. So, he just showed us the Astral weapons. Now, he didn't say when these are coming out, did he? Okay. So we don't know when these are coming out, but they're really cool. And the one thing everyone is taking away from this is, in fact, the toilet seat martial art weapons.
Yes. They look like toilet seats. Astral toilet seats. I call them the Astral Crappers.
And I don't want that changed. I think it makes martial art weapons look unique. And, something fun to play with. Because, you can be with your little league mate, and all of a sudden he's using martial arts, and he's using the crapper, and it's like, oh, look, apparently the plumber's in the raid. Coming to sweep up the crap that everyone's going to be doing if you fail at this. Do not wipe. Or at least wipe on him.
People weren't happy that the dual wheels were axes again now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I'm a little...
I figured. I told the chat earlier before the show started. I figured, if dual wheel gets toilet seats, if martial arts gets toilet seats, then dual wheel should get Astral plungers.
Yeah, I can live with that. I can live with that. Definitely. So, but I will have to agree with chat. A lot of dual wielding. This is another dual wielding axes. Yeah, I think it's about time we lose at least the next few styles. Let's make some swords. Let's make some daggers. No more axes. I mean, I know a lot of people also like the Nightwing's little, sticks. And those sticks are already in the game.
Those they are in the game. How you get those, all right, folks? This is how you get those sticks, all right? In case you didn't know, they are an exclusive style. You can't trade it, all right? It's when you're leveling up a tune. Okay, and you have to have a point in the dual wield weapon in order to when you level up. I think it's when you're doing the Bane mission in the lighthouse. The reward from that is a weapon choice, and the way you get that weapon is you have to have a point in dual wields. So when you do that mission, you have a selection of the different weapons that you can pick from. You pick that weapon up, and there you've got Nightwing's Eskrima styles. That's how you do it.
Boom! You learned something, son.
That's the only way you can get that weapon style.
Radium has a point. Can't you redo that mission? Or is that one of the missions you can't redo because of the storyline?
It's not a side mission. It's a main mission. It's a main mission. You can't replay main missions. You can replay the side missions all you want.
Well, looky there. Heartbroken. Heartbroken,
I know.
Everybody. So
it's not my fault. I mean, they could make that weapon style available. I mean,
put it on the style vendor.
They could put it on style vendor. They could make it, a drop for like one of the random drops that we get in an instance or something like that.
Yeah,
they could do that. I mean, they did that with the starter shield style. Everybody wanted that starter shield style, right? The plain circle, simple brass shield style.
Yeah, thing is bitching.
You can get those. You can get that weapon style though. I believe it's in the tier 2 alerts. It drops for roles specifically, specific roles.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly which ones. I know one of them drops in the Coast City alert for that simple brass. I think it's healer that drops in there. But
all right.
Off of Amon's sword. Now it's coming back to me.
Apparently, just slowly. I'm trying to move on.
It's been a while.
So tonight we're going to be talking about a little bit of updates from the test server, some changes that happened to the weapon mastery. Sadly, we don't have Chris. I think he's actually working. So if we can get when we can get Christiana on next, we'll talk a little bit further into more detail because this guy has a thread on the test server, and he has done some amazing numbers with weapon mastery, and it's honestly it's stuff that you have to go look up. It's so good. So just go onto the test server, and you can definitely find them. And we're also going to hit up a couple of stuff that the devs talked about, and especially one about the update on the voice chat. So, as always, first things first, let's go into Friday Night Legends. So we are back on the US PC, for the Living Legends tournament Batman theme. This is the
Bat family.
Yeah, it's the Bat family
Which,
theme.
you know what? When we were coming up with a theme for this month, did not even occur to us that it was the 75th anniversary of Batman.
It did not hit us until just, yeah.
Did not even occur to us. So it was good timing on that.
Very good timing, yes. Now, of course, this is 75 years of Batman. Do we actually know, is it like this month, or is there like a specific day we have to celebrate? Because I got nothing. Are we celebrating all year? Is this a all year thing?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, happy 75, happy 75 Bats. Congratulations. So, I didn't watch FNL. I was trying to get set up. I had computer issues, and so it took all my time. But I did come in to see that none other than what was it? Evil Slob? I think I saw an Evil Slob.
It was Evil Slob and Clutchmeister.
Yeah.
Once again, went home with the first place win there.
That's right. Once again,
the loyalty pond award. Yeah, once again.
So, yay, congratulations to Clutch and Slob once again. You guys are proving that you guys are top at your field. Top at your field. Oh, Gentleman Wolf says it's in May. So apparently this May will be Batman month. And I can live with that. So,
there we go.
Was there anything else for Friday Night Legends? Did they talk about anything else? Just go straight into the tournament?
No. They didn't do an Ask FNL. I mean, they did do something kind of new at the beginning of it this time around, where they showed the list of characters that were being available and what their moves were. And Jens kind of went over exactly, what weapon style they use and what the powers that they have when they're available to them in their loadouts and everything. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of like a little breakdown of what each legend character could do and all that. Plus they had like a rating there of like, how much, if their health was high or normal or low, or what their damage output was, normal or anything like that. And some of those ratings I noticed caught, especially Clutchmeister. I saw him in the chat, talking about, it's like, saw Catwoman was listed with a normal damage output, and Clutchmeister was like, what?
It's like, I did not know this. So, since they didn't do an Ask DCUO, and also to fill up time, because this is actually going to be kind of a weird show, I guess we can do an Ask DCUO. A little bit. So, I'm already opened up First one I see here is from LFC Onder 8. Anything further planned for Trigon seemed too easy to deal with as the Lord of Hell. I feel that the Sons of Trigon DLC was... I'm going to say it was somewhat of an end to that storyline, or at least to further it. I'm not sure if they have anything planned for Trigon, but even with when Brainiac was defeated, in the comic book world, you never say never to see another character come back. That's always a staple in comic books. A villain will always come back. What capacity will he come back as? Not sure. I mean, for God's sakes, we've seen Joker come back how many times? I mean, come on. Death of the family. Death of the family.
Yeah. I mean, with Sons of Trigon, I saw it as kind of like it was a twofold thing. It kind of wrapped up the story arc that we saw with the Lovely missions on the hero and the villain side with, dealing around Raven and Raven's, the whole thing around Raven and, bringing her, using Brother Blood, using Raven to bring Trigon into our world and everything. So I see that DLC as kind of wrapping that storyline up, but I also see, if you remember, which we'll probably learn more about once we hear more about the story arc for DLC 10. But if you guys remember at the end cutscene for the alert, it seems like it opened up or it started to introduce the storyline for DLC 10 in Amazon Fury. Because at the end of it, Cersei says, I've got enough power to charge the Victory Stone to start a war, and then she flies off. And now I think that's going to play some effect in the story arc that happens with Amazon Fury.
Yep, I'll concur. You got anything?
Let's see here. This is a good question, and it's one I see a lot, and it's one I saw being spammed prolifically in the chat the whole time. Will we ever get enemy proxy targeting, getting annoying targeting a barrel in the other room and not the enemy 2 feet away? This I wholeheartedly agree with. I would really, really like for them to work on this. Do something about this to where I'm not targeting a barrel. Because, I see this a lot, especially in the Australia PvP map. Because there's a barrel on the other side of that wall, on that one node, on that far node. And, or at least from the far node from the hero's spawn. There's a barrel over there. I am constantly targeting on that thing instead of the enemies I'm fighting on the node. It's driving me absolutely crazy. Yes, I would very much like to see some kind of a pecking order in regards to what you're targeting. Like if there's an enemy nearby, I would rather target that than a random object, on the other side of the room.
I will concur. I don't have PvP problems. It's just, better targeting.
Yeah.
Something to help out. It'll help out. One here from our good buddy Radium. Will SP ever get his sharpshooter legs? I'm pretty sure MEPS has ensured that will never happen.
Yes.
And I will concur with that as well.
I believe that MEPS has done something to make sure that will never happen. I am cursed to run the vault until the day the game ends to get those sharpshooter legs.
I'm just imagining it. God forbid if the game does hit, he finally gets the legs on the last day.
I get the, and that's where I leave my tune on the day the servers are shut down. I leave them in the vault, uncollected sharpshooter legs, and I tweet a picture out of that, and that's it.
Yes, that will work. That's so funny. So, there was another one I want to look at. Gargamon, good. He's also in the chat as well. We'll answer your question. Will we ever see the return of iconic boss loot drops in any future DLC, such as Abracadabra's chest from Lightning Strikes? I would like to see a little bit of this more myself. I think I would like to see it.
I would like to see that too. I mean, there's some things, unfortunately, still because of licensing, they can't introduce into the game for players to have. Like, I would love to have Wonder Woman's shield style for my main, but I was told they can't do that because of licensing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to go with too.
But other things. I mean, man, I don't know. I mean, what else could they introduce right now? I mean, that they haven't already. I mean, I wouldn't mind having Boomerang's cap. You ever see that? He's got like that little beanie he's got.
Oh yeah,
that would be kind of cool.
Weird. Okay,
that would be kind of cool.
Let's see. You got one?
Let's see. I was thinking about using that one. How much longer till league halls? I can't wait anymore. The wait is killing us. This is from Jeremiah Not Above.
I think you have a date for that, right?
I don't have a date for that. No.
Yeah, I think you told me it was the day after tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I think the league halls is going to be tied into the halls of power.
It will
DLC,
be before
which is DLC 12.
It will be before,
but it's going to be before that. We do know that. Unique Greek pet trinkets in the trilogy that are useful in battle.
I want battle lines. Yes. God, yes. Those things are wicked.
I mean, that would be kind of cool. Like if they were to introduce, like a new lair theme, and all that, and you could have like the backup trinket that you can get
and make them line. Oh my god!
And you could have different kinds of pets, like literal pets. Like you summon in, a backup of like 3 Rottweilers or 3 lions or no, I'm not going to say unicorns. But I mean that would be kind of cool.
Keep talking. I'm trying to message ticking.
Yeah, I know you're messaging ticking right now. We can just see it already. Revengeancer is going to be all over this. Let's see here. Aiden Warren's asked just 44 seconds ago. Aiden, Jesus. He's like, will the neck pieces that give special bonus abilities come back? I don't know if they're gonna have any plans for that, because I think they want people to get DLC 6, because you can get some pretty nice tactical mods for your neck pieces in there. So
yeah, I think because of the tack mods, we're not going to see any like actual new ability stuff coming from the neck pieces, because you can just get a mod and you're done.
Yeah.
And then one last one. As soon as I scroll through it a little bit, I thought I saw what I actually wanted to do. I thought I had one.
King Ed here has a good question here, and this is a question for you test players out there.
Oh god.
With weapon mastery being a potential necessity, do you guys think nature's primal wolf form will be rendered useless?
King Ed, I cannot confirm. That's the one thing I haven't really come across with nature. I haven't really ran across any nature users on the test to really understand it.
I think that would be something we need to ask Soar to test out.
Can Soar get on the test server?
Soar gets on the Soar can get on the test server. Soar's another community council member. Sorry if I outed you, Soar. But
okay. We out him all the time.
Yeah.
He's not listening.
But, that's something I definitely, we'll take that up with a couple of guys we know on the test. They get on the test server and test this stuff out, and see if that because the wolf form for nature has got its own weapon combos.
That is correct.
As it is, so So yeah, we'll have to give us some people and all that. If you guys can get on the test server and you are very familiar with nature, especially the Primal Wolf form, get on there, see if there's any combos that you guys can work out for weapon mastery. I think when they originally showcased weapon mastery, didn't they show nature's wolf and bug forms on there?
I don't remember. I really don't think so.
I'll have to do some research here.
But yeah, we'll have to. I'll talk to some. I'll actually hop on the test server after the show, and we'll try and figure that out because that's actually a very excellent question. That's one I have not seen any talk of onto the test server. But that's been Friday Night Legends recap. Be sure to check out Friday Night Legends every Friday night at 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That would be 7 to 8 on the East Coast. If you're somewhere else, go to a world clock. I cannot help you. I am both lazy and my brain hurts when I try to think about it because I'm not looking at my world clock on my phone. I'm sorry. The signups for the next FNL tour has not been open just yet. I think they're working on the next theme, which I think I'm going to put my hat in for the phone home. Hashtag phone home.
Well, now there is still the PlayStation side, USPS side of Legends Tour, the Olympus Legends, next week, which is still with the Bat Family theme.
Wasn't? I thought you guys already had yours.
No, ours is next week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize.
Ours is next week.
My bad.
Next month's, we do have a theme in mind already. I don't think MEPS include Jensen on it. But we're definitely open to other theme styles from everybody. I'm sure there will be an all Kryptonian night one night. There may be a all magic night one night, and
God forbid.
I'm sure there will be
the hell. All right, let's go into cool stuff.
I just found that original spreadsheet there they posted on the before, and no, there isn't. Weapons for Wolf and Bug were not listed.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Interesting.
All right, so MEPS came out with a post today, this afternoon, talking about voice chat improvements, which for the PlayStation people are probably going to be very, I thought so. For the PC people, we may try it. We may not. You never know. Basically, they're refocusing some significant effort into improving the voice chat. I of course use voice chat on the PlayStation. It gets a little wonky, but I haven't really experienced the trouble that everyone else has because I'm only on there for like maybe 2 hours, like once a month, and then 2 times a year. So the improvements coming in Game Update 36, and by the way, these improvements are on the PC test. They are on the PC test, which I can tell you now, unless you're a PlayStation person, play on the PC test because you have a PC account as well. The PC guys may not test the stuff. No, not. Trying to be truthful. I mean, you never know. I'll try to help out as much as possible.
PC tends not to use a lot of the in-game chat options.
We have third-party software.
Yeah.
Yay! But I mean, it pays. You have to pay money though, but you never know. You may never change to it. So
you don't have to pay for Skype.
No, but you sometimes get horrible service though. So the updates coming in Game Update 36. The improvements. First off, they fixed a bug with voice amplification when the game started. You will no longer need to adjust the mic settings every time you log in. Plus, I guess. They changed the gray mic icon to always be visible when voice chat is enabled. I always thought it was always there.
Well, see, there's a thing right now in the game. I don't know if that's really fixing specifically what the issue is, because right now, like, all right, you get into the game, okay, and maybe there will be somebody who's like really freaking low in your group, and you may have them turned all the way up, and they may have their mic turned all the way up, but they still come off as very low, and their mic icon isn't showing up there. But you can hear them, but just barely. All right, but if you switch voice channels real quick, and then go back to the group or instance, it can bring up their voice and all that, and then you can hear them normally. Of course, your ears are going to be bleeding because they've turned themselves all the way up and you've turned them all the way up, so they're going to be really loud. But you'll be able to hear them normally once you do that. So I don't know if this is going to fix that specific problem. Hopefully it does. But yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be good.
And by the way, the gray icon will continue to turn green when you are transmitting as well. So,
yep.
On PC and PS4, they fixed a bug that prevented mics from working for up to 15 seconds after switching channels. The PS3 fix is on the way after Game Update 36. So,
right.
So us PS3 players, we're going to have to stick together. We will survive. The 15 seconds will not kill us, by the way. So just don't talk for 15 seconds. You know what? Be a friend. Don't talk for 30 seconds. Just get that wiggle room. 30-second wiggle room. They also fixed a bug preventing muting via League Rank from working consistently when switching channels. Fixed a bug preventing muting via League Rank from immediately taking effect. Fixed a rare bug that could cause some voice channels to become unstable until a server restart. Holy crap! How do you live?
Yeah, it's been very frustrating lately. Having with all these voice chat bugs and everything like that. I mean, it's like I've had the other night. I actually tweeted about it. I was the issues we were having. I had to restart my game like 4 times in one evening, just because I would, either chat would drop out, I would lose all sound, I would get the sound glitch where you constantly hear that sound the whole time. And
is that the helicopter?
It was bad the other night, and that still happens every once in a while. In fact, last night when I was playing, in the middle of what I was playing, I was just running around solo, so I just stayed on to finish what I was doing. But I lost sound completely. But because I was like almost done doing what I was doing, I didn't feel like relogging, so I just stayed on. But yeah, it's really frustrating especially when you're in a group. It happens in the middle of a raid or in the middle of a PvP match, something like that. It was very, very annoying.
Okay, and then lastly, implemented complete tracking of client-side voice chat errors to assist in future and individual troubleshooting. That's really neat.
Yes.
Really, really neat.
Yes. Especially when that comes in along there with the next improvements they've got coming up here after Update 36 that they're going to be working on adding here. One which is add a messaging in text chat informing players when they enter or exit voice channels that whether they're disconnected or reconnected to voice chat servers, and display error codes associated with them. So you may actually be able to start reporting these things to customer service if it's on their side, because they're going to have different definitions of the error codes that they're going to put on the support sites for this to identify exactly what caused the chat to go down for you. But a lot of the problems that voice chat going out can be related to the hardware, your router, ports, specific internet providers, or overall internet connection quality. So that's going to be kind of cool. They're also adding an in-game mic test, so you can test your voice chat capabilities, reliability. They're going to fix a problem where players are disconnected from voice chat and cannot be reconnected without relogging. That's one of the biggest issues we've got. when starting the game up on the PS3. This goes a lot hand in hand with a lot of you guys that use Bluetooth mics out there on the PS3, especially. Because a lot of people don't know. I mean, I still see it every once in a while. How do I get my Bluetooth to work on this game? Well, you have to have your Bluetooth turned on before you start the game up. But now they're going to be showing here on the PS3. It's going to give you give you a warning when your mic is not plugged in or is not detected. So I think that's awesome for those guys. And then they're also going to evaluate default mic volumes for best settings per platform, which is cool. Cool.
All right,
Fix my voice.
So I'm just like going off the beaten trail on this one because I just hit the link in chat from the FNL inspired tunage from Super Toad, and it is glorious. Oh, I'm gonna have to open this up. I'm gonna have to I have to share this. This is so awesome. Everyone must see this. Everyone must see this. So I'm gonna just bring it into like my second monitor and just reading this bad boy. This is beast. I have to open this up. I'm gonna have to I have to share this. This is so. Damn. Sorry. Open up the wrong tab. All right. Where's my screen region button? Screen region. Come here. I'm gonna have to open this bad boy up. Boom. There it is. From Super Toad. Just, I'll even scroll up a little bit. Oh, too big. There. That is too funny. I'm twerking, Maps. Ah, my eyes! I can't see the anti-twerk button. Oh, Super Toad, you, sir. Golf clap.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So kudos to you, sir.
Jens has a unnatural obsession with twerking for some reason. I'm not sure why.
You know what? As long as we don't see it at SOE Live, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But as we say that, we know we're going to see it at SOE Live.
You never know. I mean, the Revengers got him to do a unicorn trinket. So, next Revengers agenda. Yen's twerking agenda.
Wow. Do not hashtag that.
Spittle twerk. Spittle twerk agenda.
Alright, so, and also speaking of SOE Live, be sure to head over to register. The registration is still open for a special pricing before May 12th. And we also got confirmation that Michael Grid is going to be going to SOE Live. Got that tweet. Yay, Michael. Going to be so glad to see you. It's going to be so glad to see Dave. See you guys for the first time. Hopefully we get to see more of the Revengeancers. I got some of my league mates from Suit Up coming. It's going to be really good. We have this whole thing where we're going to be wearing suits one night. Probably at the Grand Banquet, but we're going to be wearing suits. It's going to be excellent. Excellent. So I'm just going to keep that up because it's funny. And so...
There it is in the chat already being hashtagged.
What, no thank you?
No, the spittle twerk agenda.
And there goes King Ed. Kudos to that. So, I
like that one, Radium. I like that hashtag right there.
That's a long hashtag. That's too long of a hashtag.
Spittle twerk with Trex Cherub cosplay SOE Live.
It's so long. Why is it so long? All right.
Is there a SourceCast table reserved? I believe once they start accepting player panel.
No, he's talking about the table for the Grand Banquet.
Oh,
and those have all sold out.
Yeah, those sold out like the second day, I think.
Yeah, they went by fast. And so no, we don't have an official SourceCast table. I think maybe one of the guys, I think someone did a DCUO table, but I think that's already filled up. So
yeah, it's the unicorn comma table.
Yeah. So if there's room at that table, I hope I can get a seat, but that's okay. I might hang out with the PlayStation 2 guy, PlanetSide 2 guys again. Those are fun people. Those are fun people. But you never know. If there's an open seat, grab it. We'll sit down and do it. It's gonna be great. I just want to see everybody at the pool party. That's all. That's all I want. So, and yeah, at the pool party, there's gonna be a 2-drink ticket. You only get 2 ticket drinks, which last year I had to pay for a single drink, which is amazing. Thank you again to Clutchmeister and DK. It's good to hang out with the Europeans. So good. Oh, it was a good night. It's a good night. So, the next thing I want to talk about was there was a thread that Decon tweeted to me. Pretty much, basically, talking about some changes that were not in the patch notes for Weapon Master. Starry Sky did a great video on this, but he did a great job reporting it, but he just missed one note. Just one small note, and of course, the thread blew up with it, and I don't even think most people even caught the problem, or caught the small error. And I want to also speak up for Starry, saying that it was a small error, and it's okay. I've made those errors too. It's honestly why sometimes I try not to do videos on test server too much and try and make it a guide, because test server changes. But don't go and watch the video, go on to the thread. It's like, oh, Starry sucks. Don't downplay him. He reported it. He did a great job reporting it. He just missed something, and we all miss something. God forbid, YouTubers, we are not perfect. We are not perfect creatures. We make mistakes. We give wrong messages. So it happens. And the only thing we can do is just pick ourselves up and just make a little annotation or something. But these changes in the weapon, in the patches for Weapon Master was this. Before the new update to the test server, we had to put 20 points into the tree. You have to put 20 points into the tree just to unlock Weapon Master, which is that little button in the corner, the top right-hand corner. Before, we can just do the normal stuff. We can do the 4 in the middle to get down to the tier 1, and to get to the tier 1 innates. Put some points in that, boom, opens up tier 2, and we just open up like that. Now with this new update, in order to unlock that little icon in the back, or up there in the corner, you still have to put 20 points, but you have to put points towards the combos that are listed in the requirements. Specifically for one-hander, you have to put points in air launch. You have to put a point in air launch. Oh god, like 3 other ones. But those 3 other ones, the 3 out of the 4, you already get because it's already in the middle of the line. Those are already done. But the 4th one, it was Foot Slash, which was the 5th combo in the tree. So you had to put 4 in the middle, and basically go back down to get that 5th one. When you get the 5th one, you just put the rest of the 15 points in, and you get unlocked. That's it. You don't have to put a point in every single weapon. You just have to follow the requirements on what they want. Just put there's only going to be 4 requirements. There's only going to be 4 moves. So just put the points in that and done. But of course, this thread still blows up with the 20 skill point requirement. People saying, hey, why don't you put it down to 16? Why don't you put it down to 15? Honestly, I'm not a developer. I haven't really even asked the developers why they chose this magic number of 20. But, I'm not really sure. With the changes to how the tier 1 innates work now, it's a crapshoot. It's just a crapshoot. So, I'm hearing a lot of respecking. Yeah. I have respect enough on the test server, I can tell you that. There's been a lot of respecking. A lot. I wish I had the skill planner up to date with this kind of crap, and so far, my mind's still like on the wall because I'm trying to figure out if I can even do it. It's going to take some work. But yeah, those are the changes. There's new requirement. Instead of just 20 skill points, you also have to unlock the weapons in that tree, which is still what you have to do. If you want to use those weapons in the weapon mastery, those weapons are going to have to be unlocked anyways. So they're just pretty much saying, hey, now it's required. Which I still don't see a problem. I just don't. But that's just me, because I just don't see problems.
Okay, I'm trying to get to... I want to ask a question here in the chat. The statement was made here that they chose that number to cater to the players, to the day one players who have all the skill points. Instead of going back and fixing Last Laugh DLC, which, I don't know. Sparky, I'm trying to figure out exactly where you're coming from with that. Considering that, I mean, even a lot of the day one players, including myself, even don't have all of the skill points. I mean,
I'm a day one player and I got 105.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 178 right now. I'm coming close on 179. But you got players like Trex. Who's how many you got now? Trex, you said
105. Yeah, walk on to me.
105.
Cheers.
Not everybody, who's been playing since launch has, the max number of skill points out there. There's a lot of day one players, like Trex, who are being affected by this. A lot of players, have taken time off. That being said, though, there's a lot of players who have joined on after launch, up to a year after launch. That have just as many just as many skill points as I do. Yeah, I understand that. A lot of day one players on PC have 182 skill points. There's day one players on the PlayStation that have 183 skill points. But that's not saying that every day one player has that many skill points on either platform. So you can't really come in and say that, Bex hit it on the head. Not everybody's like Brittany, who, has gotten, like all the feats that are doable right now, completed. But, I don't think they did it to cater, to the, day one players. I think more than anything, they did it to, motivate all the players in the game to go after their feats and play their content, keep them playing the game. I mean, God forbid, they should want people to go out there, and keep playing the game, and, sub up, maybe sub up to the game, and stay playing it. I mean, because at the end of the day, once you get all your gear, what else is there left to do but grind for skill points?
That's true. Another reason,
and PvP.
Another reason why they brought on this weapon master thing is literally because a lot of players, and even the players who weren't at 180, these are like even people at 100 and 100 people, 100 skill points. Even people like me. Players kept asking. Players kept making posts about, hey, why do we need skill points? What is the purpose? We need something else to put these skill points in. Because a lot of people really only needed a certain amount of skill points. Certain people only needed a certain amount of skill points to get what they wanted. Now they're getting these extra skill points and putting them in like crazy stats that have no purpose for them, for their spec. So what they do, devs came in, it's like, all right, well, we need something new for the skill point people. Let's put in Weapon Master. We came up with this great idea, and boom, go for it. And that's where now people can put their skill points in. It's funny, because I'm sure if I go back onto those threads, talking about needing something more for skill points, need something for this, need something for that, I'm sure if I look and find those people, they're the same people probably talking about like, wait, whoa, 20 skill points for just Weapon Master? Are you crazy? I need my skill points. It's like, well, now you're going to need more. Just like I need more. I got to work on my skill points now. It's another thing to work towards in this game. It's just something else you have to work towards. But
I mean, and like Darkside said up above there too, there's people with that, with 183 skill points that are still going to get hurt by the weapon mastery. So I mean, it's not really catering to them either to go into weapon mastery. And I disagree though that weapon mastery is going to be useless for PvP.
Oh hells no!
Because I mean, I've seen some of the combos that you can use with weapon mastery. They're going to fit just fine and dandy into some PvP loadouts.
I mean, for God's
Um,
sakes, just completing a combo, you get a damage buff of 360%.
yeah,
And those numbers have been just nuts. Just nuts.
yeah. Psychot, I agree with you on that. They need to iron out the progression in the game a lot more. A lot of things right now, the whole progression in the game has revolved around getting the gear, getting the best gear, and getting the best mods for that gear. And honestly, I don't think that should be the end all be all of it. Weapon mastery is obviously going to change that up. You're not going to have even a nature DPS doing as much damage with 100 skill points as you're going to have a nature DPS with 180 skill points using weapon mastery. We're not going to see it, and that right there is your motivation for that, for weapon mastery. It's to go back, and yeah, Sparky, you know what? I'm still working on my 500 CC bounties too, but you know what? I'm working on it because it's a feat, and it's a feat I want to get done. It's a lot of people are doing that right now. The Hive Defender style. I'm actually going through Wastelands and the duos and all the alerts and everything, to grind those marks up. I've got one more piece of Hive Defender to get before this update drops. So I'm hitting that stuff hard. It's a matter of if you want the skill points, you're going to go after those feats and all that. And those feats are put in the game to keep you playing. All right, to keep you doing that content. Yeah, 500 CC bounties, that's a lot of work. It's kind of ridiculously large in my opinion, but it keeps people out there doing this content, and that's what they're aiming for, I think. That's one of the little bullet points I think that they're adding on there that you could add on to why they're implementing weapon mastery. One, it's going to help balance out the damage output of all the powers, because there's some powers that can't hit that awesome execution that others can, but it's all about. I mean, you're getting that balancing right there, and then you get people out there to do the feats and everything, so they can get those skill points and all that. I mean, it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned with weapon mastery. If it gets people playing the game more, by all means.
Yeah, it's now something else with weapon mastery as well. They did push in the new buffs for the support roles, that instead of the dominance buffs, the resto buffs, they took those away and gave us the power reduction. All right, they gave us the power reduction buff, which Christiana again did an amazing write-up on the test servers. Let me actually go to it so I can briefly talk about it. It was a huge write-up for him. Huge write-up. And there you are. So the weapon mastery support role bonuses, what it was called. I recommend everyone really going into this to see, because he gives the percentages on what it's going to look like with these new reductions here. And the way it is, the shorter the combo, the less percentage you're going to get. But the greater the combo, the more you're going to get back. Like specifically here, the bow into martial arts spinning punch. It's a 29% power reduction on your abilities. I'm wanting to think it's actually for 6 seconds, I believe. I'm not. That's one of the things that I'm not actually. I didn't see from him, but I plan on asking him about it. Is whether it actually lasts for like the next 6 seconds, or is it an actual just the next power you use? But this is where it becomes into the risk reward thing. Because are you going to risk trying to do this long weapon mastery combo to get that huge power reduction, or are you just going to settle with a little 6% power reduction? But he still states that the stat buffs are far more useful, and I will agree.
I completely agree with that. Them taking the stat buffs out of weapon mastery for support roles is huge. It's a spit in the face as far as I'm concerned to the support roles. This weapon mastery has become all about freaking DPS now. It's all about DPS now because you know what? The only role that's going to be benefiting from reduced power reduction from the support roles using weapon mastery, the only role that's going to be benefiting from that is the DPS. Because if a support role uses the weapon mastery to reduce their power output whenever they cast the power and all that, that just means that all the power dump from the troller is going to go straight to the DPS instead. This is a huge mistake as far as I'm concerned by the devs on this. I've withheld me saying anything about it since Christiana put on here because I'm so mad about it because it just there's no point whatsoever in me as a tank to use weapon mastery just so the DPS can have more power. That's basically what it all boils down to. Healers are not going to be doing this. Healers aren't going to be doing this either. I mean, how much power reduction do you need on Savage Growth?
Hey,
None.
Man, I want to spam it, all right? Jeez.
Yeah, you don't spam Savage Growth, though.
I'm not an user. I don't know.
You got to have your pheromones out there for Savage Growth to work right. Maybe the troller, okay, when they hit their power dump, they could do that. Do a weapon mastery at the end of, they do their power dump at the end of a weapon mastery combo. Okay, they're saving themselves power on their power dump, but still, all that power is going straight to the DPS. This is ridiculous. Having a buff for the support roles made so much more sense. Than a power reduction. I don't understand why they did this. A couple weeks ago, me and Chris and Ticken were in a thread trying to explain this to Jens about why a buff was more beneficial than a power reduction, and I don't know. Maybe we didn't get that message across and everything. But I mean, I'm not done arguing this point. And maybe hopefully we can get it changed before it goes live. But I don't know. From what I understand and all that, from my conversations with Christiana when he was on the test server and everything like that, everything was working beautifully. He loved it with the buffs. But this power reduction makes no sense to me.
I know I got hop on test server because I want to experience the stuff as well. I mean, and of course, the one staple that I think everyone using Weapon Master, especially DPS, are probably going to be using, and I want everyone to be aware of this. Be prepared to see brawling into Shuriken Storm combos. I can feel that's going to be the flavor of everything. Listen down. Calm down. Use your shield and shush.
Hey, I started off the game as brawling.
I know. God forbid you keep telling me.
Hey.
T.
Who backs you up? Who backs you up? Who was the first person to back you up for using a bow to tank with?
You.
Thank you.
You did. So be prepared for the Brawling Shuriken Storm combo to be the flavor of the month. So I suggest learning it yourself so you can learn how to interrupt it. I mean, I think the one Weapon Master combo I'm going to use will probably be, because I'm a one-hander. I'm now a one-hander. I really like it. So I'm actually using my one-hander into, actually I'm going to look at this thing because I cannot remember the name of it. It was the one-hander into Solar Flame, which apparently gives me back 14% power reduction. But the Pulse Beam gives me 33, which I don't think that's going to last very long. God's sakes, it's Pulse Beam. Even though it really looks badass, though. I will give it that. It looks really good. But so the one-hander into the Hand Blast Solar Flame will probably be the one thing I use because it's a quick range for a block combo. And plus, I've always liked Solar Flame. I've always liked it. I kind of miss Hand Blaster sometimes.
Solar Flame rocks, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a solar. I was using. I ain't gonna say because people like call me out on it. But I was using hand blasters back before hand blasters was cool, and I've always loved solar flame.
Psycho, no, not that, not that, sir, no.
Trex the one-handed.
Bad Psycho. So that's for a little bit of the weapon mastery. It's still, again, it's kind of like a work in progress because it still is on test server. We don't have a date when Game Update 36 is coming out. I think I don't think they have a time frame on when they're going to bring out the spring event. But the spring event will be coming. Oh my god,
we need a spring event. I wish they had already turned it on this week. Well, this week would have been perfect.
Why? Because it's been winter?
Whatever.
Are you kidding me? I have been freezing these past couple of days, man.
Oh,
there are people who had snow.
Boo-hoo, you baby. Boo-hoo, you baby. It snowed just the other day for me up here, all right? So...
Yeah, we don't get snow. We're in the South.
Yeah, you get snow in South Carolina. South Kakalaki.
God forbid we do. The whole city shuts down. The whole state's in an uproar.
But we need more stuff to do. We need things to do, and the spring event would have been awesome for them to just flip the switch on it. Let's have the spring event this week, and then if they're putting the update out this coming week or the week following or something like that, that'd have been fine. But damn, I want that spring event. 14 new lair items.
Brittany wants that new spring event too.
Yeah.
She needs...
Yeah, she wants to beat the game. She wants to beat the game.
Which kudos to her, because at this point, she's literally waiting for the next DLC to get the next... Because she can clear those skill points in a heartbeat now. Just clear those feats. Just clear them.
Yeah.
So, honestly, that was, like, the show for me. That's all I got. There is one thing we can talk about if you want to hear about it.
Jens's flamboyant Bane impression?
No.
No, Jens did flamboyant Bane during the FNL. You didn't hear about that?
What?
Yeah.
We were during the FNL part, and you didn't tell me this?
Well, I just remembered it because everybody's talking about flamboyant one-handers.
So weird. Dear Lord. You people.
But yeah, and he was, they had, during FNL, and of course, the Bat Family thing and everything, they had, there was a couple of fights there where it was, Bane squaring off against Batman, and, so, Yen starts, quoting out, lines from Dark Knight Rises.
Did Meps get them?
No.
I did. For a guy who always jumps at me when I talk about Marvel, he doesn't really know much about the DC movies.
Yeah, he really doesn't like it when we talk about Marvel.
He does
not. I've noticed that.
That's why I had to stay away from that talk earlier. I was like, I can't talk about this because I don't want to get jumped again. But it was a thread on the forums that it was basically saying, I think like the title was like "See you next Thursday" or something. And
oh, that guy.
Yeah, and of course it was a player who said, "Well, I just completed all my raids or whatever in an hour and a half, and so he'll see us next Thursday." Of course, most people are saying bye. Another person called it easy mode, and my only response was, I rolled my eyes. And a lot of you people like that, apparently. So I'm going to have to do just more emoticon stuff. Just one emoticon, and that's my response. So thank you for that. Then, of course, it kept going on, and on, and on. And I got to the point where it's like, you know what? I have to talk. Trex has to talk. And this guy who said that the game is easy mode, in his signature, he has 5 characters who are CR 103. First, congratulations, sir. That is a feat on its own. And congratulations
Can you make it
6? Stop it. You're horrible. Decon will find the link. I know he will. And so he had 5 characters, 103 CR. I don't really know how many skill points he has. I just don't care. But congratulations on those 5 characters. I mean, that's a feat on its own. So good job. But he said the game was easy mode, and I went to Twitter first, but then I came to I had to come to the forums about it. But if you have 5 characters that are the max CR in the game, what kind of freaking difficulty are you looking for? I got nothing for you. Just nothing. And of course he came in and said, like, well, A and B was done in like a day. It was beatable in a day. Again, easy mode. Well, okay. A and B was not really the perfect example I can give for saying it's not easy mode. But at the same time, people saying it's easy mode for them, for that person. I have read A and B. I have not cleared A and B. Am I a bad player? A little bit. And was I with a bad group? So. But for certain people, it is hard. It's sometimes a luck of the draw. Sometimes you get good runs, sometimes you don't. If you've gone in there so many times, it's riding a bicycle. You can do it with your eyes closed, for God's sakes. I hear Brittany on her streams when she's in A and B. If it's not done within 15 minutes, she starts questioning what the hell is going on. Especially when it comes to Nexus. God forbid she has a bad group of Nexus. Never heard that woman yell so much. And it's not... Okay, it is actually cool. But it's... You've ran it so many times. You've turned it into pretty much... It's now a bicycle for you. You've done it so many times. Are you looking for difficulty? Play a different tune. You know, hey, why don't you take a couple of gear pieces off and try it that way? All right? I mean, don't use a weapon. Difficulty.
It's not just that, too. I mean, there's stuff in the game you can do for fun, too. It's like, it's like me and my league and all that one night, we respect all of our tunes and all that with iconic powers and all that, like we were, dressed them all up like they were in the Justice League, members, and we went through and ran through Kondak and all that. The following week, we all went and bought Tier 1 gear and ran through Kondak, and we still got through it in like 20 freaking minutes, which I was like, what the hell, in Tier 1 gear. But, I mean, when you get to the point, where we're at right now, I mean, don't get me wrong, we need new content.
Yes.
We need new content, especially day one players, to get on what Sparky was talking about earlier. I'm going to get into what we were saying earlier, Sparky, that I didn't think Trex would let me get into, but he opened up the window, so now we're going to talk about it.
What happened?
We need new content.
Oh, this
all right. We need new content. We need more content, not just rehash content, but we need new stuff to do, new things to do. That's why I was really wishing they'd put this damn spring event out this week, because it would give us more to do. All right. And we need more stuff to do. I mean, even if it's, I will not get into the whole, expansion idea right now. As glorious and fulfilling as that would be, I will not get into that. But yeah, we need a lot more to do. Whether it's like throw in a couple of new alerts with some of these updates. Maybe if they're free or whatever, and all that. Maybe not rehash stuff, but like Sparky just said here in the chat, not just new original content, which one we do get with the DLCs for the most part, but we need more. We need more. And I know Halls of Power is coming out, and I know that's going to be a large content DLC, which I am ecstatic for. But, I mean, even just, I don't know how they could work it out to where they could do it and everything like that, but it needs to be done. We need more. We need more to do. More new stuff to do. And this DLC, it's fallen flat, in my opinion, on the amount of content that we need.
Well,
I hate to say.
Well, again, this DLC is not stationed to the new layout of the new DLCs that they're doing.
I know.
And so, a lot of people, of course, are going to be very negative about this DLC. But then again, you have to understand that this DLC was made, oh God, I'm going to guess maybe last year? I would guess maybe around SOE Live, when they maybe start production on this DLC. That's the crapshoot guess from my opinion. But yeah, but DLC 10, we see the new layout for it. It's gonna be coming. I mean, honestly, it comes down to you have to play the game for how you like it, what it keeps you interested. There's been numerous forum posts about this, like, hey, what keeps you interested into the game? Well, I come on there and literally I sit on the game and talk to my league. I sit there in the watchtower and talk to my league. For God's sakes, I've done it in WoW. I do it. You do it in any MMO. You just do it.
I mean, I do stuff outside of the normal, run alerts, raids, solo duos, shit like that. I do stuff out of the normal like that. Earlier today, I got on the game and I spent maybe an hour clearing out all the ganking villains at Metro Hospital. Just to do it. Just because, I'm there, helping my fellow heroes out. And there were like a bunch of level 30s over there ganking. So I took a break in between farming to go over there, and I just just start smacking villains around. It's fun, But at the same time, I mean, I would like to have new content, because I mean, it's like even running the solos and wastelands, and the duos and stuff like that. Yeah, sure, it's fun every once in a while to go into like the Nightstone duo and help somebody get that one feat. I can't remember the name of it now. But help somebody get that feat, and then they're like, "Oh wow, we got that," But with Rage and Berserk Supercharge, it's not that hard. But it's really not. I ran a league mate in there earlier days. I don't have this feat. And I'm like, it was like, oh, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. But I mean, I like doing stuff like that. Every once in a while, I'll queue up a low level alert. I'll not low level, but duo. I'll queue into like a tier 2 duo, and people, the person I end up plugging in there with ends up popping all sorts of feats. I like grouping up with my league, and running through stuff. I mean, I've been working on my alts, and stuff. I mean, there's a lot for us to do in the game as it is and all that. I mean, I've only got, 4 tunes that can do tier 5 content. And only two of those are going to be there for the tier 6 when DLC 10 drops. But, I've got 15, that's 4 out of 15 tunes that I could be working on right now. So I mean, there's a lot for us to do in the game. Play a tune with every power. Do that. And tell me you don't have anything to do. But at the same time, I do completely understand and completely agree that for the people who just like to concentrate on like 1 or 2 tunes and all that, or up to 5, we need a lot more. We need a lot more to do.
Yeah. I mean, I know the next DLC is going to... I know it's going to keep me busy because, I mean, still the difficulty that I'm feeling in the DLC is on test server. But at the same time, I'm not using weapon mastery, so maybe that 360% really pulls into effect that the bosses need to go down. But it also makes me wonder if going into, like, old content, like going up against, like, maybe like an FOS raid, going to go fight the Avatar of Meta. Will he get like 2-shotted because of the weapon mastery combos?
Well, remember when DLC 6 first came out, when Home Turf came out, and everybody was making Meta twerk with the orbital strikes?
Yeah.
And
yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And everybody was going into Prime and making all the avatars twerk in there. It was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, going in, raffle stomping through, older content. I mean, that's one way to do it and all that. Challenge yourself. Take off, like half your gear and go and try in 4-man Kondak or something. Stuff like that. I mean, you can do. I mean, there's always, creative ways the players to come up with, but I completely agree. The devs need to be shoveling out more content for us.
Well, I want to say, didn't Mep say something about maybe bringing out like little bits of content and game updates again?
I would very much like to see that.
I
Would
could.
very much like to see it. The last time they did that was with the, I believe it was with the Inner Sanctum alert. That's how long ago it's been.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and sadly enough, I mean, even though it is like kind of rehash stuff, I mean, but seeing like Inner Sanctum alert here in our Inner Sanctum raid turn into an alert, I mean, it's still something to run. It's still something to try out and have fun with. But yeah, I could have sworn I thought he said something about it, but I mean, I don't think that was like an NDA thing. I thought he actually said like in a FNL or something. And if it was NDA, then I do apologize because I did not know. I don't think I saw it in our thing. I don't think I saw that.
I don't recall. I don't recall him saying that at all. Either way,
I thought I could. Maybe it was a dream.
But I mean,
don't dream of
that
maps.
would be nice. That would be nice. I mean, it's like, they introduced the Temple of Crime leveling mission we have right now. That was included in an update.
See, that's one thing I'd like to see more too.
The Gotham subway, that was an update. The Gotham University warehouse, that was an update. And those also brought in Catwoman and Two-Face Legends characters, but. But yeah, I mean, I agree with Weapon Max here. Like a solo or a duo or even an alert. Up to an alert, would be nice.
An alert in the game update, not going to happen.
Dude, Outer Batcave alert was in an update. Sanctum alert was in an update.
If it's like a raid turned into an alert, awesome. But like a new alert,
what I would like to see, and this kind of goes against what Sparky said earlier in the chat here, was about rehash, the Lexes and the Batmans and everything like that. I would like to see some retro instances like solos and duos added in to where some like side stories are added to old content. So say we have a duo where we have to go fight General Luthor on the hero side. Because General Luthor is part of his plan and all that for the the Nexus and everything is he's got to do this and all that. We have to go there and try and stop him. A duo where we go in and we try and stop like General Luthor or one of those Luthors, and the same thing can be done on the villain side where they have to go in and try and stop one of the Batmans, something like that, would be kind of cool. But I don't know. I mean, as far as that would be kind of like supplemental stuff. Plus, if players, see this, free content, this free duo or free challenge, that they go and face this general, this alternate Luthor, they may want to go, I wonder what Origin Crisis is all about. And then go do that. And then go buy that DLC. Or maybe sub up. Spend money to make money, folks.
And then lastly, something I want to touch upon that we'll touch upon more next week. The SOE All Access is going to be hitting next week on the 23rd. And basically what that is a subscription model from SOE that for $15 a month, it's $15 a month, right?
Yeah, $15 a month.
Yeah.
Depending on your payment plan.
Yeah, $15 a month. You will have access to all of the SOE games, EverQuest, EverQuest 2, DCO, of course. You'll have access to all of them. Now, the perk for DCUO, you'll have for access, pretty much that means legendary subscribers. What we'll have access to the marketplace. Sorry, not access, but we will have a 10% discount on the marketplace as legendary. Now, I'm not sure if that goes in with the PlayStation.
It does not.
And in the words of the 10th Doctor, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Um. All right, here's my thing.
It's tough being.
Here's my thing.
I can't help you. I can't help you.
I understand. I understand it's difficult for them to match up station accounts with PlayStation accounts. I understand that. I get it. But there's got to be some way that you can verify. There's got to be some way that you can verify because everybody's PlayStation PSN is attached to an email account. All right.
That SEA will not give out.
Right, the SEA. There's got to be something they can do. There's got to be something they can do for this. There's got to be something they can do for this because it's so frustrating that PC side gets all this stuff. Now, if I'm hoping to God that we do get on the console side, I hope we do get this marketplace discount at least. Since we're using marketplace cash instead of, actual real money off of our PSN accounts for the in-game store. So I would very much hope that they're pushing or they're going to implement that for the consoles.
Apparently, Weapon Mex said that MEP said that it is for US PC and US PlayStation.
Just the marketplace, though, right, Max?
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. As far as the all access thing, though, man, that really that annoys me. That annoys me because there's another game coming out that was recently announced for SOE. I am extremely interested in, and it's not EQ related.
Oh, you're talking about PlanetSide?
No.
Oh,
sir,
then
I am speaking of H1Z1.
What, is that going to be PlayStation?
Yep, PC first and console PS4 later.
Like you need another zombie game. Like we all need another zombie game.
It's a zombie survival MMO. All right.
FPS
or third person. All right, with PvP at its core.
PvP's at the core, I'm out.
Dude.
I can't. I'm not really a big fan of shooter games. I'm not. I mean, of course, the game looks pretty. It does, but
Michael Grid is asking here in the chat. You know what? I will put a link because I still have it on the tab because I like to go back and read every once in a while.
You're going to the website, aren't you?
No, this is the Reddit summation for H1Z1. All right, they recently did a stream on which had 22,000 viewers. 22,000 viewers on the live stream that they did. It's from what they said, Gentleman Wolf. I've heard a lot of comparisons to DayZ. I've heard a lot of comparisons to DayZ on it.
Everybody is saying that, yeah.
There's a lot of. It seems to me, it sounds like it's kind of like mix up of what you get with like Minecraft. There's a lot of crafting involved in it. There are vehicles and horses that are going to be in there to start with. Weapons that you're going to have to build and make and all that. I saw them playing at nighttime, and man, when it's nighttime, it is night freaking time. They could not see the zombie that was attacking them. That's how dark it was. So I'm like really excited for this game. I want to see what it's all about. But yeah, you're going to be able to, erect like a, start your own little village up, work with people to build up a village, build up fortifications, and stuff like that. You're going to be able to raid other people's towns and settlements or whatnot. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm going to make you play.
I'm already going to have to try it. Yeah, I literally have just a tab to the website open just to hear the music. I go to sleep with that music. It is so soothing. So soothing.
Until the zombie pops up in the middle.
I see, everyone was talking about that. The website got updated about it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't see what everybody's talking about. And the Radium over here refused everyone to tell me what was going on with the website. And then one day, I think 2 days later, I just refreshed for the hell of it, and then I saw the zombie. I'm like, oh, is that it? Radium just sucked. That was it. You could have told me that. That was nothing. Had it open for 2 days, never saw this thing, and all of a sudden,
it wasn't that big of a spoiler. It's like, say like the Purple Wedding. Ooh.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, so.
Oh, sir, you need to start.
I don't have HBO. and I don't want a BitTorrent. I don't have enough room on my 5 hard drives. There is no room. There is no Station Cash giveaway this week. No one turned in anything for the Yoda Lantern Oath.
Really?
No one turned anything in.
Wow.
I was a little sad. Just a little bit. I do actually want to give a shout out to a Derek James something last name. He messaged me earlier this week saying that he enjoyed the podcast and we do a great job every week. And the explanation for things on test helps me keep my league updated and prepared for when new content drops. So he is apparently a villain on the USPS. So I do not have his character name, but go find him. Just like, hey, are you Derek? No, kill. Are you Derek? Oh, Truck said die. Go out there and find him. So, once again, thank you, Derek, for the kind words. We are happy we can bring you this content stuff every week. And, yeah, we enjoy talking about it. So, yay. Shout out to you, sir. See, give positive things, and I try and do a shout out when I try. And apparently, Ebon finally came in, and he just sees nothing but the picture. Good timing. Comedic timing. And of course, thank you, Super Toast, for this amazing picture. And if Spittle clips the supercharge and interrupts Mep's block breaker, I absolutely love that. I absolutely love it. So no oath off this week. No oath off.
I'll have to practice voices for next one.
I will have to practice as well.
Yep.
So I will leave it open again for next week. For next week, all you have to do is take a look at any Lantern Oath, and word it on how Yoda would word it. Okay, just Yoda style it. No one even on the YouTube channel commented and gave one.
Wow.
Right? Even I was kind of upset. So, I'll leave it open for another week for a chance for Station Cash next week. All you have to do is just create any Lantern Oath in the style of Yoda, and Super Patron and I will look at it. You'll have until Thursday, April 24th. That's when you need to get your submissions in. Just Facebook message the DCUO SourceCast on our Facebook page. Just message us the oath. We will choose a winner. Winner gets 1,000 Station Cash. USPC, by the way. USPC. And we will choose a winner. And we'll also do some honorable mentions as well. And that's all you have to do. We will read it. We will read it in the style of Yoda if possible. And have fun with it. We'll have a lot of fun with it. Can we do yogurt style from... You know what, Weapon? Why not? Why the... It's the same talk! I just can't do a Mel Brooks impersonation. I just can't. But if you want to do the style of yogurt, go ahead. Go right ahead. I will accept yogurt style as well. So, I guess normally, of course, for the shameless plug, you can, of course, find us on the Facebook and the Twitter at DCO Source Podcast or DCO SourceCast, whichever. Soups, where can we find you?
You can, of course, find me at youtube.com/The Dice House. I'm also at facebook.com/Dice House, and you can find me on the Twitter at The Dice House there. Trex, where can we find you?
You can, of course, find me over at youtube.com/Trexlight, and also on the Facebook /Trexlight, and especially on the Twitter. At This Is Trex. So I do want to thank everyone for coming on to stopping by, listening to the show a little bit. Stick around. There may be something else going on after the stream. You never know.
Trex twerk.
I'm not twerking. Not twerking. So, yeah, so I want to thank you all once again for tuning in. Tune in next week over at twitch.tv/Trexlight. And you can find listen on the SourceCast live. And for all the people listening on iTunes and also from the website, thank you all so much. We do appreciate you guys listening in. I'm sure there's probably reviews on iTunes for us. And if you have done this, I guess I have to turn into iTunes to look at these reviews. I think there is. So see y'all. We will see you guys next week. You guys have a great weekend. You can say bye.
Bye.